So just another quick video about VDJ2023 and Automix, and a little trick you can use if you want to add gaps of silence between each track in the Automix. So instead of mixing, you want some dead air, like a few seconds of it. This is what you can do. And this is actually based on a question in the Virtual DJ forum, where someone asked if you could add like 10 seconds between each track because he was using it for dance class and people needed to find a new partner before the next dance. And LocoDoc answered it, and it's actually a pretty simple solution, but I hadn't thought of it. So I thought, well, maybe someone else hasn't thought of it either, so I would do a short video on it. So like you probably know, if you're running Automix, you have a little setting in here, which is mix length. So Automix length here is by default set to 4 seconds. So that's the time it will spend for doing the actual mixing. So let's listen to that for a second. So I'm jumping to the end to force the mix. So like that, a 4 seconds mix. So that's fine. But we wanted space, we wanted a gap in between instead. So there was actually also an option for that. If we look in the list here, Automix length, 2 second gap. So let's try picking that one. And then doing the same thing again, doing the Automix, jumping to the end to force it. And we got a 2 seconds of dead air, 2 second gap before the next track started, right? But there was no other option. There was no option for a lot of other seconds in here. And there was no way to put in like your own number, like 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 20 seconds. But luckily, this is actually just stored into the options in Virtual DJ. So if we look into the options here, and we go into Automix, like this is like here, the English say it says fade length. And that's why we'll normally say 4 seconds if you want this length of the mix to be 4 seconds. But right now it's negative. It's the 2 seconds negative that we wanted for silence, for gap, right? So we can simply change this to some more seconds, like 10 seconds, to get the 10 seconds gap we are looking for. So let's try that and then test it again. And jump to the end to force the mix. And we now get the 10 seconds gap of dead air, of silence between the 2 tracks in the Automix. So that's just a little trick if you want to add space, or if you want to add little gaps of dead air, of silence in between each track in Automix. You can simply set this value to a negative value and for the amount of seconds that you want.